Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Monday, the 17th of February. Well, a very quick video, so apologies for the late video, so I'm going to get straight into it. So I've gone to Carlisle and Southwell races for today's bets. If they do a bit of something, they are in the early races, so if they do a bit of something, I might give some selections for the Wolverhampton in the evening. So some very interesting selections. I do actually like the look of these, especially a couple of them. So let me get into it. So I've staked to tenner, and I'm at William Hill for a change. I'm only at William Hill because I didn't like the prices at Skybet at all. So I thought, for the sake of giving up on one extra place race for the sake of it, I'll just switch to William Hill. So yeah, £10 stake. So let me get straight into it. So the first selection is in the 120 at Carlisle, and this horse is called C'est Different. So this selection is trained by Sam Thomas. Sam Thomas, when I clicked on the percentage bar on the stats for courses, Carlisle is his best strike rate. He is sent there. I'm not sure what the time period is, but he's sent there six horses. Three have won, and two have come either second or third. So basically, five out of six have come in the first three. I've looked at this horse. It's not particularly an angle of horse that I would normally go for, but the angle is Sam Thomas travelling or his representatives travelling such a long way, with knowing that they've got a good strike rate. It's a horse that we don't know a great deal about because it's been ran down the fields in novice hurdles. It's been upped in trip, I believe. It's more the strike rate I'm going for, and the connections. So it's the Walters Plantire colours. So you would expect it probably to go chasing eventually, but I'd expect it to be better than what it's shown so far. So I can't ignore the fact that we've got a 6-1 with a trainer with a 5 out of 6 strike rate for coming in the first three at Carlisle. So clearly, when he makes a trip, it's not for no reason whatsoever. It's not for no point whatsoever. So the bet is, sorry, it's a 20 pence each way, lucky 15 and 50p each way singles. So you're also going to see the singles. So in fact, it's just showing you them as singles at the moment, but the each way lucky 15 is at the bottom. So the second selection it's in the 220 at Carlisle, and it's Jomig Debois. So this horse, I believe, could sneak a place. It's a novice hurdle. You've got the favourite that probably should win, but you've got question marks over the second and third favourite. The third favourite is a big drop in distance, but I'm not saying it won't appreciate it. I just think one of the first three could be vulnerable. Also, I do believe the second favourite is coming off a wind operation. So I think there's a place up for grabs. Joe Mig Debois, it won a point to point 3 or 4 years ago. Not been seen since. It's an 8-year-old now, and it made its debut on the 5th of February. Quick reappearance, or relatively quick reappearance. What is it, 10, 12 days later? It ran at Carlisle, so it's got course form over 2 mile 1. It's up to, I think it's 2 mile 3 today. It did a racing post rating of 95. That should put it right behind the third horse. So if any of the horses at the top of the market run below par, I think this horse could mop up place money. 12-1. And all these I've got are also best odds guaranteed, but you have to opt in for some unknown reason at Wilmore. I think it's just another way of making it so another hoop you have to jump through to get best odds guaranteed. The third selection is Pearl Island. It's in the 135 at Southwell. So this horse, I've gone through the form. It finished behind the one beginning with K, Kamazarov or whatever it's called. But the reason behind that is, and I've looked at the race, it looks like they went off far too quick because the horse that actually won the race, yes, don't get me wrong, it was in touch throughout. But the rest of them that finished were all in rear and made late headway. The only other horse to finish in the race was Pearl Island, and it looks like it was already described as pestered, I think, with 4 or 5 to jump. But it looks like it couldn't get its own way in front. All the rest that took it on for the lead didn't finish the race, so it looks like it was a tough race to want to lead. And I think this horse wants to lead. There are two others, and they are outsiders, that might want to race prominently or even lead. I don't think that's enough to put me off this horse. I don't think it'll be a pestered lead. I think there might be three horses up there, but I don't think they'll go anything crazy. So I think this horse could potentially get his own way in front. And awful lot of horses in this race do normally sit in the rear. So I think at Southwell, if you can get an uncontested lead, you're going to be hard to beat because Southwell, in my opinion, if you're not pestered for the lead, it's a very difficult track to reel the front runners back. The next selection is also at Southwell. It's in the 5 past 2. It's called Militaire. It's at 7-1. So this horse ran a decent race. Also ran behind the favourite last time. Much better turnaround. I think it was receiving something like £11 that day. I think it's some more like £18 received this time around. Is it enough to beat the favourite? Well, it's not the end of the world if it's not enough to beat the favourite because we can get a place. Because I think this horse, because when it ran behind, I think it's Salt Rock, I think it is. When it ran behind Salt Rock last time, it was its debut over fences. It should come on for the run. It's been higher rated in the past over hurdles. So if this horse was bred to want chase fences, it could be well in. I'm not saying it's a handicapped snip or anything like that, but James Bowen's on board. He'll probably give it a quiet race, introduce it gradually into the race, and let's see what happens. So those are the 4 selections for Monday. So I wish you the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.